No clavicle clinch or dirty boxing. For those of you who do MMA or Muay Thai, clavicle clinch is when you come around the back of the neck and your forearms across the clavicle, which runs from your shoulder up to your sternum. That's illegal dirty boxing. Inside fighting is different than dirty boxing. All right? You cannot pull the head down to punch. Again, at this level, you should know what good boxing, inside fighting is, and you should know what clinch work is. The other thing is, so if you see me wave off a low blow, it's probably because they're hitting in your waistband. And trust me, from being around fighting, I know you get hit in the waistband, you may feel like you got a nut shot or one of your ovaries got hit. But it's still a good blow, okay? So don't be pulling your shorts up all crazy like Urkel. You cannot stop the fight. You have to get with one of my commissioners, because if I don't see one of their ugly heads or that shirt in the corner, I'm not responding to it. So just
I'm not a nice guy. Yeah, even in Hollywood. Yeah.
You cannot stop the fight. You have to get with one of my commissioners, because if I don't see one of their ugly heads or that shirt in the corner, I'm not responding to it. So just they're going to be right behind you, I promise, or next to you. Just say stop it. And then trust me, these two guys will get my attention. Does that make sense? The reason for that is people hit the mats, they jump around. You know, a coach could be hollering, stop something to the fighter. I can't stop a fight. And they go, oh, I unstopped it. I'm sorry because I misunderstood. But these guys, they'll never be on the apron. I'll never hear from them unless they're going to stop the fight. Does that make sense? Okay. Shorts, mouthpiece, girdle. A lot of times, lower levels, you'll just have a cup. I suggest you invest in a girdle. It'll save you long term. Here's what I'm going to tell you on that. Some days I'm stupid, but not today. Don't be pulling your girdle and your shorts up to here and telling me low blow. The way boxers do that is they'll be doing this a lot with their gloves. Navel area, all right? So if you see me wave off a low blow, it's probably because they're hitting in your waistband. And trust me, from being around fighting, I know you get hit in the waistband, you may feel like you got a nut shot or one of your ovaries got hit. But it's still a good blow, okay? So don't be pulling your shorts up all crazy like Urkel. All your gloves have to be inspected by a commissioner. So if, let's say he's got some Clete Reyes he wants to fight in, right? Well, and his opponent doesn't have those, he has promotion gloves. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now, so the fight doesn't become a no contest. The commission has to approve both of them, and then as a courtesy, which is not hard here because we're all in the same locker room, you guys, the coaches, have to let the other opponent and the coach see the gloves. That's the real time, okay? Because a lot of time when you get on big shows, fighters will have their own gloves, and that's okay. But both coaches have to approve the gloves. If they don't, then you got to work it out with the commission and the promoter. Grabbing the waist to keep from falling. I love MMA. I fought what we used to call no holds barred, Valley Tudo back in the day, out of the country, in the country. This is not that. We're not grappling. We're not doing any of that. If I see you, if you're in here and you're grabbing around here, this is not a boxing clinch. All right? That's a shitty takedown, or you're rocked and you're trying not to fall down, right? I'm going to stop it. Even if you're not dazed, I'm going to give you a count. Because if you're down here clinching a boxer around the waist, I'm going to assume you've been rocked or you're gassed.
I'm working on it.
Okay? If you don't know proper boxing clinch, you shouldn't be getting paid to box. Every boxing clinch I know is upper body, all right? So don't be mad at me if you're gassed or you're an MMA guy and you trip out and you want to do a glass double. It's not this event. 8 count. There is no such thing technically as an 8 count. Now here's where people get that. When I get to 8 in a 10 count, that's when you should get up off your knee, come to me. I'm going to step back. I'm going to say walk towards me. We're going to make eye contact. I'm going to shake it off. Don't wait till 9 or 10, because here's the deal. I assure you, if you get up on 9 and you start walking at me in 10, I'm stopping it. Now on the positive side of that, if your coach hasn't told you, and I said yesterday, I've had pro boxers do it. I've trained world champions in kickboxing. I've had them do it. At any time, boxers, you can take a knee. If you're dazed and you feel like you're about to have the lights put out, or you just feel like you're about to exhale your liver because your cardio's bad, take a knee and take the count. That's just being smart, it's being safe, you're still in the fight. Most referees won't tell you that, but you can. And you live the fight past that count. Does that make sense to you guys? That's just smart fighting. I've had numerous boxers and kickboxers do that and come back and win fights almost every time. All right, so it's not cheating, it's just knowing the rules and using the rules to your benefit. Do not spit out your mouthpiece. You spit out your mouthpiece. I know the difference, as well as most boxing fans, of when somebody spits out their mouthpiece because you needing some time to breathe or pull your liver back in because you took a body shot, and you get it knocked out of your mouth. You get your mouthpiece knocked out of your mouth, it's pretty prominent, okay? Also, if you win a fight, do not throw your mouthpiece in the crowd. Nobody wants that slimy thing out of your mouth in their lap or wherever else, all right? It's technically a health hazard, and I can deduct points from you. And honestly, it could be worse, even though it's after the fight's over. There's no celebration dance that requires you throwing a mouthpiece in the cage. No cussing. Listen, I'm a different referee than I am coach and fighter. When I fight, I'm dirty and I'm mean. I don't mean dirty breaking the rules, but I'm going to find a way to hurt you. I don't mind fighters talking to each other. All right? I don't mind it. That don't hurt. You better bring more. I thought you hit harder. I've heard all of it. I love it. But do like the old school fighters. Ali talks so much shit, it's not funny, but he wasn't calling people bitches. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about people's mama. If I hear you disrespecting another fighter in the rules of boxing, that's ungentlemanlike conduct or sportsmanlike, I will stop you and deduct a point. Then you get to explain to all your group and family why your mouth cost you around. And if I was your coach, I would handle you in the gym. So no cussing, no disrespect. Stop, break, and fight. Those are my commands. When I say stop fighting, now I'm a very verbal, I'm a loud ass Italian, I'm very physical, I've been around fighting for 25 years. I have been hit during fights, it's my fault normally, because I'm going to step in, I'm going to separate you. Do not throw punches after you hear stop. There's no way in that venue that you can't hear my mouth in the ring when I holler stop, all right? If I see you cheap shotting, I will deduct a point. And if it's like a Mayweather deal where you're big broke and I go to separate you and you smack the guy, I'm going to deduct 2 points, all right? Watch the low blows, we went through that. Listen, I'm literally going to treat you guys like we're on ESPN or Showbox, whatever, all right? I expect the same from you towards me, towards your opponents, towards the crowd. You're the professional fighter. I'll say this, I say this everywhere I go. Everybody that has a seat that's buying a ticket knows how to box better than you. Because they watch it all the time on TV, and they've never hit a bag for 2 minutes. I don't care if they talk about your mama, they're cussing, don't respond to them. They're not the professional fighter you are. Don't let them solicit a prescribed response, which means don't let them get to you if you say something back to the crowd. Because again, that's unsportsmanlike. Your fight's in the ring. That's why more people come watch gladiators fight than ever pick up a sword and a shield. So you got to take pride in that and pride in yourself. No clavicle clinch or dirty boxing. For those of you who do MMA or Muay Thai, clavicle clinch is when you come around the back of the neck and your forearms across the clavicle, which runs from your shoulder up to your sternum. That's illegal dirty boxing. Inside fighting is different than dirty boxing. All right? You cannot pull the head down to punch. Again, at this level, you should know what good boxing, inside fighting is, and you should know what clinch work is. The other thing is you cannot hold someone's glove. All right? So if he's got a glove on, wearing a clinch, and I grab his glove right here and I'm holding it, see, I'm already arm barring him and I'm punching him. Now I teach this in Thai fighting and MMA. In boxing, this is illegal. This is not illegal. I mean, here, I've got a hold of it. All right? He can pull it out if he wants to. But if I secure that glove to my body, I'm going to break you. Does that make sense? Okay, sir. Let's see. Please go to the opposite corner, wherever that is. Not your corner, not the opponent's corner, the opposite corner. So if I'm giving her an 8 count or a 10 count right here, you need to be in that corner. I don't care what fighter's there, who. And coaches, you cannot talk to your fighter during a 10 count. Or a timeout. A timeout's the same way, which brings me to cuts. I'm a professional cut man. I've been on TV. I know cuts as good as anybody in the state of Oklahoma. Now, that said, I know that we don't have a lot of a professional cut man here. We have coaches. So does anybody actually have adrenaline 1000 or epinephrine here? Okay. So that said, I've already talked to the doctor. If you are cut in the eyebrow or below it, I'm not going to stop the fight, but I will have the doctor look at it. If it's above the eyebrow and it's just bleeding down, I'm cool. But once you get into the eyebrow and once you get into the eyelid, the corner of the eye, I have to let the doctor look at it. Doesn't mean the fight stops. I just have to have it happen. Headbutts. Watch the headbutting. I love Mike Tyson, but he threw his head just as much as he threw hands. All right? I know accidental headbutts, hopefully, and I know when people are just being combative and they come in with their head down and they catch headbutts. If you headbutt an opponent and they're not able to continue the fight, then you may lose the fight. That makes sense? Because it's not your opponent's fault that you came in here doing bar bouncing and what's that Patrick Swayze show? The bar bouncers? Well, if you're playing Roadhouse and your opponent's boxing. All right. Once you're wrapped, gauze or gloves or both, you cannot leave this room. You've got bathrooms right here, and if you leave here, and even if it's to go out there and take a drink, you don't go out there to smoke, vape, take a drink or nothing, talk to anybody. You walk out of here, one of these commissioners is going to let us know and you're going to be disqualified. You just can't do it, okay? Because, like I said, you can't leave the locker room on top rank. Guys, trust me, I'm a coach too. Tell them you're going to piss or whatever. They're going to nod, they're going to say whatever. They're not going to walk in there like a drug test. But do not go slipping in and out of a bathroom without a commissioner knowing it. It's a good way to get disqualified. Any other questions? All right. Yes, sir.
How many times do you, when a guy spits his mouthpiece out before you take points?
So by the rules, I can do it immediately. All right? It's not sportsmanlike.
You mean after?
So if everybody look, if his hand catches me right here, and I see it, you'll see fighters being like, he caught ear. So if you got big ass cauliflower ears like me, it's your own fault. Okay? So if it's catching the ear, it's okay. Top of the head is basically above where the forehead and the crown of your head meet. So if I duck and he throws a punch, it's my fault. There's no hammer fist until after you fight. So
my stuff is in my car.
Okay, well then go get your, what do you mean?
Probably.
Yeah. That guy said that we about to go up.
What's up, Rocky? What's up? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to see you, man. What time you leaving? When are you?